Okay, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spend a third day on the regions questions. Okay, on what we've been doing in the past 2 days. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get started. All right. So in this video, we have four questions to go over. All right. So however long it takes to go over those four questions, then so be it. Now, there's a reason why I decided to add a third day to this because I'm looking at the questions. First of all, it's these questions are appropriate to the topic that we're doing right now. Two is, and the thing that really got me was that no, even though I'm putting all these stars here, meaning they're the tougher questions, these are questions for multiple choice. So if we were to have a Regents exam for math and it follows the pattern with the ELA and state math exam, then I would have to assume that it probably is just multiple choice. So that's why, knowing that these are multiple choice questions, I want to put the focus on that. All right. Okay. All right. Let's start then. All right. So here we go. Number 3 here. 2 stars. Okay. All right. Let's see. Abigail and Gina's ages are consecutive integers. Abigail is younger than Gina. Okay, so you got Abigail and Gina, right? Abigail's younger, so that's. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay, let's see. Hold on, let me read this. Abigail is younger than Gina. Okay, so I was going to put an x here and do x plus 1, right? Because that's what we've been doing. Now, watch this, though. Gina's age is represented by x, so they want Gina to be x. So I have to change that, see? All right? So if Gina is x, now what does that make Abigail? If Gina is x years old, right? And they're consecutive integers, right? What would Abigail's age be? Using x again, right? Don't say y, in other words. Yeah, x minus 1, right? 1 year younger than Gina, right? Now, if the difference, now this is the tough part, so let me highlight that. If the difference of the square of Gina's age, right? So let's take care of that first. All right, one thing at a time. All right, what does it say again? If the difference of the square of Gina's age, so Gina's age, right, is x squared in this case, right? I'm just reading the directions here. Now, it also says difference. Right, so means subtract, right? You see all these things going on, right? Square of Gina's age. So the difference now, okay. I'm trying to do this in a way that's easier to see. Now, first of all, the key word here is actually difference, because that would suggest subtraction somewhere in the middle, right? The difference of the square of Gina's age and 8 times Abigail's age. So that's what you're finding the difference of. Right? The difference of the square of Gina's age, which is x squared, right? And 8 times Abigail's age. 8 times Abigail's age, right? Abigail's age is 17. Then there's our equation. Okay? Is that clear? So again, right? Difference. So I'll give you an example, right? The difference of 3 and 4, right? The difference of 3 and 4 will be 3 minus 4. The difference of, right, the square of Gina's age and 8 times Abigail's age. Okay, so that's why I use the parentheses, so you can see that these things are like, they're like a term, so to speak, right? So we got that. Now, the nice thing about these questions is they're not even asking you to solve it, to simplify or solve for x or anything like that. They just want to know if you know how to set it up, right? So here we go. Choice 4, okay? All right, let's move on. All right, next question. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay, all right. Now, these, let's go in order by difficulty, okay? So, now, just because there's stars there doesn't mean it's more stars there doesn't mean it's more difficult. It's just, different emphasis. All right, doesn't matter. Let's try 4 right now. Okay, let's see. All right. A landscaper is creating a rectangular flower bed. All right, so I'm gonna draw, the moment I read shapes, right, I'm gonna draw them. All right, that width is half the length. All right, so the width is half the length, right? Hold on 1 second. All right, I really like this question. Okay, so now let's read again. The width is half the length, right? So we got the length here, and the width is half of that. Half the length is the width. So far so good, right? I'm just following directions here, right? Now, the area is 34 square feet. Yeah? So now, right, so now we need to determine the width of the flower bed, right? Let's see. Now, remember, they gave us the length, so we got to find the width, okay? So watch this, right? So the area is this times this, right? So it's this, right? Width times length gives us the area, right? So half, and then L times L is L squared. It's equal to 34. I don't want the half of L squared. I just want L squared for the next part, right? So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 over 1, right? Just solving a good old equation here, right? Balance method. So we got L squared is equal to 68, right? Take the square root of that. The square root of 68, I'm just using my yellow calculator. The square root of 68 is 8.246, so on and so forth. Now, did they say round to the nearest tenth? Okay, fine, right? So on and so forth. Now, remember, this is the length, right? So I want the width, which is half the length. So I got to take half of this number, okay? So you just got to keep track of that. I divide this by 2. The width is approximately 4.123, which means, since we're rounding to the nearest tenth, 4.1 what? 4.1 feet. Okay, got that? All right, good, good. All right, now let's go to the 2-star question. What does it say? Hold on. The 2-star question says, I'll use purple. All right, let's see. The length of shortest side. Oh, I love this question. I absolutely love this question. All right, so let's read that together. I think this is one of the greatest questions written this year. All right, from the Regents' perspective. So, and I'll tell you why. All right, so let's read. The length of the shortest side of a right triangle. Now, so that means immediately we should probably draw a right triangle. Let me find the right triangle. Let me find the right triangle. So here I got the shortest side. All right, I need some water. So, all right. So what is it then? The shortest side of a right triangle is 8 inches. Okay, so this is the shortest side. We got 3 sides. That's the shortest side. 8. The length. Oh, this is great. The lengths of the other 2 sides are represented by consecutive odd integers. Now, this really depends on how much you know about right triangles, the properties of a right triangle. All right. Now, there are different kinds of right triangles, but what makes it a right triangle is that here you got one right angle that makes it 90 degrees, right? The other thing is that, right, the way they're saying it is that you have a scalene right triangle. Do you guys know what scalene means? What's a scalene? Let me write it out. What's a scalene right triangle? It's a right triangle where all 3 sides are different. So look at the notation, right? I got 1 slash here, 2 slashes here, 3 slashes here. And that is to tell you that not only is this a right triangle, as you can see by the square here, but by the way I notated the sides, that all 3 sides are different lengths, okay? Now, let's keep going. So the lengths of the other 2 sides are represented by consecutive odd integers. So you got one side, I got side that's 8, right? And I got an x, and then the side after that is x plus 1. Now, tell me, who's gonna go where between these two? Because 8's already here, right? Between x and x plus 1, who's gonna go where? So in other words, who's the longest side out of the 3 here? Yeah, it's this one, right? So that's x plus 1. Now, there's a name for this, by the way. It's called the hypotenuse. So, by the way, this is an SHSAT topic. And the name of this, all right, hold on. Let's get to the conclusion first. and then the middle side would be the x. So far so good, right? We got three sides here, right? 8, x, and then x plus 1. So here you got 8, the shortest side, right? It told us that's the shortest side, all right? I'm not making this up. Shortest side, medium side, longest side, right? The short side is 8, the longest side is x plus 1, and we have a name for that. It's called a hypotenuse, all right? In this right triangle, this is a SHISAT topic. Why? Watch. Which equation could be used to find the length of the other sides of the triangle? So in other words, they want you to find the sides of the triangle, but you don't have to solve for it. You just have to set it up, all right? And this is the big deal, all right? This is, to find it, we need to use what is called the Pythagorean Theorem, all right? That's a SHISAT topic, okay? So now, how do you set this up, right? Okay, so this is the Pythagorean Theorem. Let me put it on the side here. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. The two shortest sides squared is equal to the longest side squared also. So what does that mean? Well, that means that 8 squared plus x squared is equal to this side squared. Which one is that? Yep, that's this. Wait. Yeah, this one, all right? Yep, that's right, all right? And I think it is an absolutely brilliant question because they take the topics from this unit, add it to the Pythagorean Theorem, and they could bring all those topics into one question, okay? Which is just absolutely brilliant, all right? Absolutely brilliant. Okay, all right, let's move on. Last question. Let's see. All right. Now this one again is tough. Okay, so we'll just go over it together. All right, let's see. Joe has a rectangular patio. All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to draw a rectangle. That is 10 by 12, so that's 10. That's 12. Not drawn to scale. All right, if he wants to increase the area by 50%. Now, actually, you know, if you want to try these, I kind of wish that, hold on, the lights just went off, hold on, and I'm stuck in my chair. I mean, there's a part of me that kind of wish you guys would pause way more often to try these on your own, all right? And if we were in class, like, you know, having all the periods and being in school, everyone's in school, I probably would do that, but, all right, we're running out of time here. Okay, all right. So now, he wants to increase the area by 50%. That means we need to know what the area is to begin with, right? So what's 10 times 12? 120, right? Whatever the unit is, square foot, all right? So that means, right, now, he wants to increase this number by 50%, all right? So this is now a 7th grade topic, right? How do you increase by 50%? You just multiply by 1.5, right? Remember that, right? That's the shortcut, right? So the other way you could do it is you could take 120. Actually, let's do it this way first. 1.5, that's 180. The other way you could do is take the 120 times 0.5, that's 60, add it on to the 120 from the original, and you get 180, right? So Joe wants a 180 square foot patio, all right? And so the question is, okay, so think about it like this, right? I'll set it up for you guys like this. If to get the area for this guy, right, was 10, I'll use parentheses, okay? 10 times 12 is 120. What parallel could we draw, right, to make this 180, right? Now, let's look. He wants to increase, okay, he plans to increase each dimension by equal length. So that means, like, for these two, for the length and the width, right, he wants to add the same figure. Now, I don't know what that is, so what do you think that number is? Look at the choices, I mean, yeah, it's x, right? So which one matches that? That's it, okay? Now, I know that I'm saying it as if, like, you know, I was born with this knowledge, but I didn't, all right? I actually had to work this through myself, okay? And double check the answers, all right? So That's it, okay? So we got those 4 questions out of the way. Those are the 4 toughest questions. That's why I want to devote a day on this, in addition to the fact that these are really tough multiple choice questions, which you might see on the regions, okay? So, all right, hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
OMG, that was so good.